Hello everyone and welcome back to Shanahan Militaria. So today on our video we're going to cover a book in our new series of book reviews, Tommy's War by Peter Doyle. The importance of books when you're collecting militaria is to make sure that you have accurate items for your collection, that you don't end up with reproductions, and when you do end up with reproductions, because they're good quality. I found this book very helpful starting off for First World War collection, as you can see in the title. It's a very good book, so we're going to put it on the table now and we're going to have a quick run through it. So here we have the book on the table now, Tommy's War. Tommy, obviously the nickname of all British soldiers in both wars, First War, Second War, and I believe they're still called Tommies to this day by other armies. Books in relation to collecting or buying, purchasing, selling, whatever aspect of militaria you're involved with, are a very important resource for information in relation to the wearing of original items, what original items look like. They're a massive resource when it comes into finding that type of information. Now, there are other types of information or other aspects to find information, which would be first-hand accounts of people that were actually there, or photographs, military manuals, things like that. But then again, you're back into the book type of thing. The actual vocal history, especially for the First World War and the Second World War, now with time passing, we're losing that history, and we've lost that history in relation to the First World War. There's no living veteran anymore from the First World War. Harry Patches was the last living combat veteran from the First World War. So we'll just open the book now quick and have a quick look through it. So it covers from the start of the war to joining up. Here you have the White Feather, what the White Feather was involved in. So it's a very comprehensive book in the fact that it tells you little interesting things that you would never know about, like taking the King's Shilling, which is this part here. What that reference means by taking the King's Shilling, a King's Commission, which would be an officer, on war service, because you didn't want to be presented with a white feather, so gentlemen would wear these on their blazers to show that they were on war service, that they had a retained occupation that prevented them from joining the army, and they didn't want to be presented with a white feather, which a white feather basically meant that you were a coward. Ladies would hand these to people on the streets. So it gives a little bit of the history of what a white feather is. So here we have everything: cap badges, Connacht Rangers, Leinsters, Royal Irish Regiment, Munster Fusiliers, Dublin Fusiliers. It covers all the cap badges, tells you what to look for, makers, whether they have this slider or whether they have the little eyelets. So it helps you find the difference between originals and reproductions. Literally, it's a very comprehensive book. Here we have an item of uniforms, how the uniform should look, how they were worn, the actual stitching. It even breaks it down to the actual stitching in the uniform. Headdress, not just the British Army. So here you have a New Zealanders, I think they were called lemon squeeze hats because of the shape of them. Australian uniforms, which varied from the British uniforms. The different types of hat, Cobb Limey, crusher hats or trench hats, guardsman's hat or an engineer's. He's actually wearing an engineer's cap, not badge, but that's a guardsman style cap. And even into Scottish regiments, what they would have had in their holdalls, what the officers' equipment was. So it's a very comprehensive book. Well worth to read if you pick one up. I've had this for maybe 6 or 7 years now at this stage, but I know they're still available on eBay and places like that, and military markets and stuff have them. So if you like what we provide here at Shanahan Militaria, please hit the like button, please subscribe, please come back and tune in for the next video.